and welcome you back once again in geological knowledge. So you all know that is in the previous discussion we have discussed some very important topics, or the whole syllabus we have discussed in the previous two lectures, and I think that would have been very helpful for one to understand that what are the key topics for the from the exam point of view. Though the whole syllabus is important for the exam point of view, but you all know that is it's a proven fact that all the topics are not being covered. Means all the topics, they are not very popular from the questions point of view. Questions are being asked generally from the specific or the applicable part of the syllabus, means the part of the syllabus which has a significance in its field work or in the geological field work, okay, or in your further studies. That's why the important factors or the important topics that I have already mentioned when I was discussing the whole syllabus. So during the discussion I have also told that what are the important topics from the exam point of view, okay. So now in the sequence of that discussion, today we will start the previous year question papers. And why I am discussing this previous year question paper, because that will give you an idea that how you have to react a particular question, okay. You will find some types of questions. Sometimes you will find questions which will be new for you, or the question is known to you, but it has been asked in another way, so in or in a confusing way, okay, or you will feel little bit confused that I have studied this topic, but the question which have been asked in the examination, that is not very direct, means direct questions will not be there. So you have to just use your presence of mind that how the question has been asked. So just give it a read, that just read it once or twice, and you will understand that what is the crux of that particular question, okay. So that is why it's very important for one to understand, or one to have the revision of, or just to have a proper look on the previous year question papers, okay. So that will give you a better idea that how you have to answer in the exam hall, or how you have to manage the time in the exams, okay. So today we will discuss the 2019 paper, okay. So let's start our discussion. But before we start our questions, the very important thing is that is to read the important instructions, okay. Most of the cases what we do, we just take paper and start writing the answers. So that is not a nice way. You must have, you just give it a, I think it will take less than 1 minute, okay, less than 1 minute time it will take, and just have a look at the instructions, because sometimes some important instructions are there, but just because you have not studied that, or you have not seen that instructions, you miss some things, okay. Some topics are missed by you. So you all know that is there will be 11 questions divided into 6 units, or the 6 sections. So section 1, that will be compulsory, and that will be followed by 5 units, and in each 5 units, in particular 1 unit, there will be 2 questions. So 2 into 5, 10, and 1, so 11 questions will be there, and candidate has to attempt only 6 questions. Means question number 1, that is compulsory, and from the remaining 5 units or the 5 section, one has to cover only 1 question, okay. So all in all, you have to answer only 6 questions, 1 compulsory and 5 units. And out of the remaining 10 questions, the candidate has to attempt choosing one from each of the sections B, C, D, and E, okay. And the marks of the carried by a particular question are a part that is indicated against it. You can see the symbols, abbreviations, as well as the notations, they have the usual standard meanings. And sketches, wherever it's required, you must draw sketches, tables, diagrams, okay, or the flow chart. So whatever is required from a nice elaboration of your answer, you can use the tables or the figures also. and attempts of questions shall be counted in the sequential order. So previously, before 2017 or 18, before 2018 or 17, I think, the question paper was given and you were given a booklet, answer key, or sorry, answer sheet. Okay, but now now you will get the question come booklet, answer series, answer booklet. Okay, the question will be given, particular question will be there on the top, and then the space for the particular answer will be given. So you are now bound to attempt the question from sequential order. If you don't know the particular answer of a particular question, just skip it and move over to the next topic. Okay, so now it has no meaning, that is, attempts of questions shall be counted in sequential order unless struck off. Okay, attempt of a question shall be counted even if attempted partly. Okay, and any page or portion of the page left blank in the question cum answer booklet must be clearly struck off, and answer must be written in English only. We all know that is the mode of paper, question paper, that is in English. Okay, so now this is the 2019 paper, and question number 1, or the section A of paper 1, that is dealing with the compulsory questions. Describe the following in brief with diagrams wherever necessary, and you will find 10 questions, 5 marks each, so that will count 50 marks. So question dealing with the measurement of strain from the deformed conglomerates. So you all know that is the measurement of strain that has been done on several bases. Okay, and the deformed conglomerate, that is one of them. So the measurement of strain in terms of deformed conglomerate, so you have to write down. And the ductile shear, the image filtering in the remote sensing technology, or in the remote sensing, and the assemblage zones, you all know that is there are several zones. Okay, assemblage zone, intermediate zone, or the several, I think 4 or 5 zones are there, and assemblage zone is one of them. Acme zone, okay, that is also the Pandian mobile belt of stratigraphy. That's generally you will find 2 questions from each unit. Okay, there will be 5 units, and you will find at least 2 questions from each unit. So Pandian mobile belt, the Glossopteris flora, upper Shivalik fauna from India, means the distribution or the occurrence of Shivalik flora, upper Shivalik flora from the Indian subcontinent. The chemical denudation, continental growth or low velocity zone in the mantle. Okay, so I am discussing only the questions just for your information, that how you have to attempt the question and what is the nature of the questions, how questions are being modified. Okay, some questions will be easier for you to understand, and some will be just the modification of particular question. Okay, now section B, you all know that is in section B, C, D and E, you have to attempt only one question. One question means all the parts of a particular question. Suppose if I am talking about the question number 2, so you have to attempt the whole question. Okay, so question number 2A, that deals with the describe with neat sketches the drainage pattern associated with the faulted and the folded region. Okay, so in this question is dealing with the drainage pattern which are associated with the faulted and the folded regions only, and you have to give 2 examples of the anomalous drainage indicative of the neotectonism, means the drainage pattern which are generally directly related to the neotectonic activity. Okay, and the second question deals with the describe the landform produced by the glaciers as well as the fluvial actions. Okay, glacial as well as the fluvial actions with examples from the Indian subcontinent. So you have to describe the landforms. It has not been specified that whether you have to discuss about the erosional landform or the depositional or the transportational landform. Okay, so you can give example of any of the depositional or the erosional landforms. And in remote sensing, so just before we understand or discuss the question, you must understand that in question number 2 there are two parts. Okay, question number 2 contains two subparts, question number A, 2A and 2B, so that is of 15 marks each. And in question number 3, that deals with 3 questions of 10 marks each. So you have to be sure at once that which question I have to attempt. Okay, suppose you know the question number 3 and you know only 2 parts. So if you are attempting that question number 3 and 2 parts, means you are attempting 20 marks of question. Okay, but in case of question number 2 where only 2 parts are there, question number A and question number B, suppose you are attempting only one part, so you are writing only one part and you know the answer of question number 2A and 2B is not known to you, so it means you are attempting only 15 marks of question. Okay, so just be sure that is which question is more known to you. Okay, so the selection of the question, that is very important. If, and I will suggest you, if you know in the question number 3 or the questions in which 3 parts are there, if you know 2 parts in that question, just attempt that question. Okay, because as I have discussed, if you are attempting only one question from the question number 2, you are attempting only 15 marks, but if you are attempting 2 questions from the question number 3, then you are attempting you are covering 20 marks of question. Okay, so just be sure that which question is more known to you, okay, or which question is more familiar to you. Okay, so that is, you have to very uh, you have to be very precise that where and which question is I am familiar with which question. Okay, so as you can see in question number 3A, you have to enumerate the salient features of aerial photographs and the remote sensing imagery. Okay, the salient features of aerial photography. Okay, the texture, the structure, the shape, the size. Okay, so that you have to cover in remote sensing imagery. And 2B, that 3B, that deals with the illustrate the principle of using remote sensing in mineral exploration. 3C, that deals with the write a short note on the Indian satellite Cartosat 2. Means what is the Cartosat 2 and what are their implications, in which year it was launched. Okay, so that you have to write down. And question number or section C, 4A, that deals with the what is the principle for the construction of Mohr diagram for two-dimensional stress. Illustrate with neat sketches Mohr diagram for some representative states of the stresses. So all in all, you have to write down about the principle of the Mohr scale. Okay, so there is no mention of failure envelope or the failure diagram, so you have to just Mohr circle diagram, and the two stages or the representative of the states of stresses, that is the normal stress and the shear stress. Okay, and B part, that deals with the what are the joint sets and the joint system, briefly discuss the mechanism of the formation of joint. Next question dealing with the 5th A, illustrate with neat sketches the Ramsay's classification of fold layers. So Ramsay's classification, that is very important. I think you will find it each and every year somewhere. I think in 2018 the question was there and 2019 the question was there. So you have to the important questions that you have to cover thoroughly. Okay, part B, that deals with the what are the major types of strike slip faults, enumerate with suitable sketches the characteristic and the structures associated with the strike slip fault. Okay, so the sketches means the diagram, the characteristic properties, as well as the suitable structural structures associated with the strike slip. Discuss the enumerate with the suitable sketches, characteristics as well as the structures associated with the strike slip fault. So strike slip faults, they are generally formed at the mid-oceanic ridges, okay, in which we have talked about the transcurrent as well as the transform fault you have to discuss, okay. So that is very important and very, I think questions are not very tough for one to understand or one to assimilate, okay. Second one, or the 5C, that is illustrate with neat sketches the interference pattern or that are likely to develop due to the superposed deformation. So there are, I think, three or four interference patterns which are formed by the because of the developed due to the superposed deformation, okay. Next one is section D. So there are also two questions and you have to attempt only one. Critically evaluate the theory of continental drift. That is very easy question. And how would you distinguish among the mid-oceanic ridges, oceanic trenches as well as the mountain chains from the gravity anomaly data? Okay, so that is a little bit applied portion, that you have to distinguish among the mid-oceanic ridges, MOR, oceanic trenches as well as the mountain chains from the gravity anomaly data. And seventh one, that is the plate tectonic did not begin at all once at begin all at once. So you have to justify that statement, okay. You all know that is plate tectonic is not a sudden process. So there was the process of the formation of the plates, then there was movement in the plate tectonic processes or in the movement in the plates, because so there are several causes that why plates move. So that's a lengthier process, okay. That's a very constant process and a very long lasting process, okay. So this process has not taken place randomly just in 1 or 2 days, so it's a long process. Next one is, what are the major types of orogenies? How can these types be explained with the help of plate tectonics, okay. And briefly discuss the emergence and the evolution of the Himalaya, okay. So how the Himalaya has emerged and evolution of Himalaya, that has also to be covered. Section E, that is dealing with the give an account of Precambrian stratigraphy of Singhbhum Craton with reference to the stratigraphic succession, lithology as well as the geochronology, okay. Discussing about the syllabus, there we have talked about, or I have told you, that is cratons are very important. You will get one craton in each exam, okay. Every year one craton is generally asked, okay. And what you have to study in that, or what you have to write down: the stratigraphic succession, means the stratigraphy, the lithological variations, and the geochronology, means how that craton has evolved, okay. So the ages. And part B dealing with the give the stratigraphic succession of the Vindhyan supergroup, comment on the sedimentation history as well as the age of the Vindhyan supergroup, okay. So that is also very easy question, you can cover it. Ninth one is give the hierarchical classification and definition of the lithostratigraphic units, discuss the methods of lithostratigraphic correlation, okay. So hierarchical classification means the supergroup, then group, then supergroup, then group, then formation, then beds, okay. So that hierarchical order or the hierarchical classification of the lithostratigraphic units you have to give. And next one is the illustrate the principle of radiometric dating of rocks with example from samarium neodymium decay series, and comment on the advantage as and the disadvantages of the samarium neodymium method of radioactive dating, okay. And briefly describe the nature of the Deccan volcanic provinces and comment on the geodynamics of the Deccan Volcanic Province. Okay, so Deccan Trap or the Deccan Volcanic Province, that is important from the exam point of view, and we have discussed in the syllabus also. Okay, section F, that is dealing with the discuss the timing, causes and the impact of mass extinction events which led to the disappearance of the trilobite and the dinosaurs in the earth's history. So you have to discuss the time period, the causes and the impact of mass extinction events. Okay, so KT, that is Cretaceous Tertiary extinction, we have is already studied, and the remaining we will cover in the meantime. So but the particular question that is given, that discuss the timing, the time period, causes and the impact of mass extinction events that subsequently led to the disappearance of trilobites and the dinosaurs in the earth's history. Okay, and question number 10b, that deals with the elucidate the rationale behind using stable isotopes of oxygen carbon from the animal cells. Okay, so from the animal cells, that how we can use these uh, stable isotopes of oxygen and carbon for the reconstruction of the paleoclimate. And question number 11, that deals with the explain with the diagram the morphology of amino acids and add a short note or add a note on the evolution of their structure suture pattern. Okay, so morphology with the diagram and the evolution of the suture pattern in amino acids. And B part dealing with the describe the internal structure of brachiopod cell with suitable diagram. Okay, and question number C, 11C, that deals with the given account of the evolution of equidae, means how and in which time period the equidae has evolved. Okay, so that was question number, sorry, paper number geology paper number 1. Okay, and now we discuss the paper number 2. So the same here, the same instruction, and you have to give a look at the instructions, and you will get 10 questions here, the compulsory large ion lithophile elements, the LILE, and the high field strength elements, or the HFSE, the carbonaceous chondrites, bar fringes, as well as the optical retardation, isomorphism in minerals with examples, phase rule and its applications in the phase diagram, bedding as well as the laminations, source of the sediments, means the provenance study that is being asked, means from which areas the source of the sedimentary rocks or the sediments are evolved or generated. And metasomatism, ozone hole in the stratosphere, what are the causes, okay, for the ozone hole depletion, and what is the position of ozone hole in the atmospheric layers, the magnitude of the earthquakes. Okay, so all the 10 objectives, sorry, all the 10 compulsory questions, these are very easy. Okay, very easy, I should say. Okay, and you can just write it down. And one thing I uh, discussed, I forgot to discuss, that is the time management. Okay, you all know that you will get 3 hours of time, and if you are not attempting this compulsory questions in less than 50 minutes, okay, in less than 40, in 50-55 minutes, means just in 1 hour time you have to attempt all the questions, and the remaining 2 hours, that time you have to divide for 5 units. Okay, 20 minutes each. Okay, 20 minutes for each unit. Okay, the second section B, that is the mineralogy, geochemistry and isotope geology. As you know, that is in the new syllabus, or the syllabus you will find in the examination, that is little bit different. Okay, in previously the mineralogy, geochemistry and isotope geology was in same unit, but now mineralogy has been in the first unit, and geochemistry and isotope geology, that is the separate unit. Okay, What are the interference colors and why anisotropic minerals they exhibit interference colors between crossed polars, and explain with neat sketches. Very important, very easy question. You can easily write it down. Discuss the structure, types as well as the composition, physical parameters, physical characters, physical properties and the optical properties of the mica group of minerals. So in the when we were discussing about the syllabus, we have discussed that you will definitely get a unit, sorry, definitely get a family. Okay, so mica family has been asked. And question number 3, define the Gibbs free energy. Derive an equation to show relationship of Gibbs free energy with temperature T and pressure P. And B part, discuss the briefly geochemical characteristic of rare earth elements or REE, and why rare earth elements abundance in rock is expressed in chondrite normalized diagram. Okay, so this is very interesting and very important question. That is the rare earth element geochemical characteristics of REE, and why rare earth elements they abundance in the rock they are expressed in chondrite normalized diagram, and what is europium anomalies. Okay, so the if you see the particular question, there are 3 sub parts. Okay, derive the basic equation of radiometric dating, and what is half life T half. Question number section D, section C, that is igneous petrology. So discuss the variation in the composition of basaltic magma with variation of its mantle source composition and degree of partial melting. And what is the Bowen's reaction principle, state Bowen's reaction series, and discuss its role to understand the magmatic differentiation process. Okay, in understanding the magmatic differentiation. And is there any relationship between the nature of magma and its tectonic setting? So that is yes, we all know that is the most of the magma generation that is taking place because of the plate tectonic activity in the tectonic settings, means convergent plate boundaries and the divergent plate boundaries. You have to discuss it with suitable examples. And fifth one, that is you have to describe the perthitic and the granophoric texture with neat sketches. And how do you explain origin of the perthitic texture with the help of a suitable phase diagram. Okay, that is I think albite anorthite phase diagram, that is two dimension or the ternary diagram, binary diagram, that I have to say, binary diagram of albite and albite anorthite diagram, I should say. I don't remember exactly, but you have to discuss that phase diagram for the elaboration, for the explanation of the origin of perthite texture, perthitic texture. You all know that is perthitic and uh, antiperthitic. These two textures are important and which are generated because of the this phase diagram. Okay, so you have to discuss that diagram, phase diagram. What are the basis of IUGS classification of plutonic rocks and volcanic rocks? And you have to describe with neat sketches the IUGS classification of granitoid rocks. Okay. What are the carbonatites and alkaline rocks? And why carbonatites is always found in association with the alkaline rocks. Okay. And question number D, what is Barrovian zone? Sorry, section number D, that is dealing with the metamorphic petrology and the processes. So what are Barrovian zones? What is the basis of subdivision of these zones? Barrovian zones. Okay, very important and very easy also. Explain the concept of geothermobarometry in metamorphic rocks. Discuss the regional metamorphism of ultramafic rocks in terms of mineral association with the PT condition up to 600 degrees Celsius temperature. Okay, so temperature has been assigned that you have to regional metamorphism of ultramafic rocks in terms of the mineral association and pressure temperature condition up to 600 degrees Celsius temperature. Okay, And seventh one is that is describe the characteristic of eclogite facies metamorphism. Add a note on the type minerals assemblage of the eclogite facies. Give a brief account on the mineral association and formation condition of the charnokites. Okay, and add a note on their occurrence in India. So brief account on the mineralogical association and formation condition of the charnokites and their distribution or the occurrence in Indian shield. And C section part C, that is what are migmatites, name the types of migmatite, discuss the petrographic components of migmatites. Okay, so that is you have to discuss. And part C, sorry, section E, that is the sedimentology. Okay, so section D dealing with the sedimentology. Write names of the different types of tectonic sedimentary basins. Draw a label diagram of sedimentary basins of India. Very easy question. Add note on the tectonic evolution and the sedimentation history of Gondwana basin of India. Okay. Describe briefly the basic concept of the sequence stratigraphy. Very easy. Describe chemical and biogenic sedimentary structures. Add a note on their origin as well as the implication. And discuss the procedure of paleocurrent analysis in sedimentary rocks. Okay. So all in all, very easy question paper. I think in the last 4 or 5 years, 2019 question paper was very easy. Question number section F, sorry, that dealing with the environmental geology and the natural hazards. So part A, question number 10A, that is dealing with the discuss the impact of mineral extraction and processing in terms of water pollution. Means what is the impact, whether it has positive or negative impact of mineral extraction and processing in terms of water pollution. And you have to add a note on the mineral sustainability related to the mining process. Okay. And question number question number 11A, that is dealing with the explain various aspects of air pollution and its impact on the environmental conditions. Means how the air pollutants or air pollution takes place, the various aspect of it and the impact of its in the environment. Means we have to discuss about the air quality index, that is AQI, and the causes of the air pollutions. Question number 11B, briefly discuss the method of nuclear waste disposal. That what are the methods of the nuclear waste disposal. So generally, especially you have to talk about the incineration process and the preparations which are needed for the disposal of nuclear waste. Okay, you all know that is nuclear waste, that is very toxic and very poisonous also. So you cannot expose it or you cannot dispose it in an open space. So you have to do some methods, you have to apply some types of methods for the disposal of nuclear waste. So that is the question you have to discuss. And part C, that is what are the common source of groundwater pollution and contamination. Very easy question, you can easily answer this question. Okay. And remaining parts, sorry, geology papers 3 and the hydrogeology section, that we will discuss in the next video. Okay, thank you.